Hi, I'm Ryan Bauer, owner of BAUERBILT Overland. If you're watching this video, it's because you've purchased my armor rack or you're interested in purchasing one. Either way, I'm going to walk you through the components of the ladder, assemble one, and then mount it to the back of my 3rd gen Toyota 4runner to show you exactly how it's done. First of all, I really want to offer a thank you to all of my customers who purchased an armor rack from me. BAUERBILT Overland is a brand new company, and ordering a new product from a brand new company can often be a leap of faith, so I greatly appreciate all of you in your patience in allowing me to deliver this product to you. This is the 1st generation of the armor rack. I'm currently the only one that has one on my 4runner, so with this first shipment that's going out right now, I'm relying on all of you guys, all of my new customers, to give me any kind of feedback, good, bad, and ugly, about how you feel about this product. And I promise you, if there is anything, any issue that you guys have with it, I will make sure I remedy it for you. And with each of you guys giving me feedback, I can make sure to deliver the best product to everybody in the future. I've designed all of these parts myself to build this ladder, but I've had to use different companies to do different types of fabrication to bring this thing together. I've got a lot of accessories in mind for the armor rack, as I've stated before: Rotopax mounts, gear mounts, propane tank mounts. Now that I'm done building this, I can start getting those parts fabricated as well. It's taken me nearly a year of design, research, R&D, and frankly a lot of money to get this put together. So I'm really excited to finally get this shipped out to you guys, get these built, and get these on the back of everybody's trucks and hear what you guys have to say. So let's go ahead and get out to my shop and show you how we put one together. Alright guys, welcome to BAUERBILT Overland, which is basically just my barn. Let's go ahead and put one of these ladders together. Alright, so opening up the box, unwrapping everything, you're going to pull out 2 rails, and you're going to have 6 sets of aluminum rungs and 24 screws that go with those. We're going to have 2 sets of upper plates with the hardware that goes with that. You should have 2 handles with the hardware that goes with that. You're going to have the upper bracket with the hardware that goes with that. And the last thing is the bottom bracket with its hardware and the aluminum strip with the Velcro strip that are going to go on there as well. Alright, so this is all the parts that we have. I'm going to go ahead and start assembling this for you guys so we can show you how to put it together. Alright, let's go ahead and start putting this thing together. I've got one of my rails right here, and I've got my 6 rungs, so I'm going to go ahead and lay this on its side. Go ahead and line up the holes that are on here with the first holes that are right here. I've got a 4mm Allen wrench, and I'm going to go ahead and take 2 of my screws and go ahead and just line these right up here. Go ahead and just get those finger tight. You're going to go and assemble the majority of this ladder all at finger tight. And then once you've got everything lined up and everything screwed together, then you can go ahead and tighten it all down. But at first you want to make sure you get it all just finger tight. You can use your Allen wrench to twist it down. I don't really recommend using a drill. It doesn't take that long to go ahead and just use an Allen wrench and put all these in together. But if you use a drill and you go too fast and you over torque this thing, you can end up stripping these out. So I think it's a little bit safer just to go ahead and just put it all together with just your Allen wrench. Alright, next one. And go ahead and just assemble it all along. Go ahead and do the 4 that are in the middle here first. Alright, when you get to this 4th one, go ahead and just keep them all in the same plane that they've been on. This extra hole that's right here, this 3rd hole, that's going to be used for the handle. Alright, so just don't use that one for now. Alright, when we get ready to install the bottom rail, we're going to go ahead and take the 2 track nuts that were in the packaging with the bottom bracket, and we're going to go ahead and insert those into the side of this rail right here. Go ahead and slide those down. And those are going to end up going on the back side of this ladder. Not the front edge, but the back side, okay? go ahead and screw that one in. Now you don't have to add those track nuts before you add this on, but make sure you add them in before you add on the last rail. Alright, go ahead and flip it on its side. Grab the other rail. Go ahead and line it up on here. And repeat the process. Keeping everything nice and finger loose for now. It's going to make it much easier to get this all lined up. Alright, once we get to this point, we're going to go ahead and start installing our upper supports and fish plates. The ones with the longer sides are going to go onto the driver's side. The ones with the shorter sides are going to go into the passenger side. So, passenger side, driver's side. So, with your last 4 bolts, we're going to go ahead and use those for installing these 2 upper support pieces, and they're going to go into this last cross member. It lines up right on the end. These 4 holes are going to line up with these 4 holes. We're going to go ahead and put these in the top holes. Put them right through. Once you've got those started, take your last extruded rung, go ahead and put that, line up with those holes right in there, and then just finger thread those right into place. Once you've got that secured, go ahead and repeat that process on the passenger side, placing it on the outside, getting it to line up, and using the last 2 bolts to thread right through those brackets. Once those have been secured, go ahead and attach the corresponding fish plates on the inside of each of the support brackets with the provided hardware. Once you've got those fish plates secured on either side of these upper supports, it's safe to now go ahead and secure down the rest of this hardware. Once we've got everything tightened down, we can go ahead and add on our handles. The handles are symmetrical, which means that they can go onto either side of the ladder. We're going to start by lining them up, taking out this first screw that's right here. Now that we've tightened everything down, go ahead and line that handle up and replace that screw right back where it came from. And that's going to hold that in place while we put the rest of the screws in here. Alright, don't tighten it all the way down, give it a little bit of slack. Make sure you've got some room to put these in. So we'll go ahead and put 1 on this side and 2 on these sides. Once you've got those in there, go ahead and add a nut on each side. Alright, once you've got that tightened all the way down, go ahead and flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Alright, now we can go ahead and put the bottom bracket on here. These 2 holes are going to line up with those 2 track nuts that we dropped in here earlier. So go ahead and take a Allen wrench or a screwdriver or something, go ahead and just line those up. Set these right on here. Those will line up right on there. Alright, and then take your 2 1/4 inch by 3/8 screws with the washers on them and go ahead and just line those right up with those track nuts. That'll secure this bracket onto the back of there. And you can go ahead and tighten those down. That'll take it's like a 3mm Allen wrench. Alright, then you'll have your 2 set screws and your 2 lock nuts. Go ahead and find where the Allen wrench will fit in there and put your lock nut on the top of that. Go ahead and screw it down until it's about finger tight. Same thing with the other one. Go ahead and just screw that down on there until it's about finger tight. And those are going to go right in here, right on the other side of this bottom bracket. And this is a pretty small head for a a set screw. This is actually I think it's a 5/64. So you can take that, if you got your 5/64, dial that down a little bit in there, and we'll go ahead and use these to lock on to the back hatch of the 4runner. And they're not going to attach to anything but this little piece of aluminum with the 3M strip that's on the back right there. It's going to bite onto that, so it's not going to bite on the back of your truck. And the front edge of this is going to be buffered with this Velcro strip right here. So, last part is the upper attachment bracket that attaches with the 3M. This is going to go on the top of the vehicle as well with the hardware that's provided right here. So, we've got our ladder built. Let's go ahead and put it on the back of our vehicle. Alright, first step in getting this mounted up is taking this bracket. It comes perfectly flat from the factory or from the fabrication shop where I get them made. So you're going to want to go ahead and just tweak it just a little bit so that it follows the line of this roof. Alright? Go ahead and peel off the 3M strips that are on the bottom and lay it right up across the top here. You're going to want to scoot it as far to the driver's side as you can. It's only got a small little amount of wiggle room, but go ahead and cheat it as far to the left as possible. Go ahead and hook that under the hatch first, line it up. And those 3M strips are really strong. It bonds on there really, really well. All right, let's go ahead and put this ladder on. All right, the next step is going to be take your tape measure. Go ahead and measure exactly 11 inches from the edge, right from that corner. 11 inches. Take your aluminum strip with the 3M off the back. Go ahead and line that right up on there. And that'll stick right there. Bam. All right, take your 5/64 Allen wrench. Go ahead and dial those set screws back so they're out of the way. Now we're going to take our Velcro strip that we've removed from the plastic. We're going to go ahead and set that right in here. I'm going to get one shot at it, so be careful. Get it centered and stick it right in there. Alright, perfect. Alright. This is going to create a little buffer, a little barrier in between your paint and in between the lost bottom rung of this ladder that's right here. Okay, so that's just going to go ahead and protect the paint. Same thing that the aluminum strip did on the inside, keeps the screws from digging into it. Same thing that the 3M protective pieces on the upper bracket are going to do on the top of the vehicle as well. So let's go ahead and get this thing mounted up. All right, I've got my provided hardware. I've got my Allen wrench, my 4mm. Let's go ahead and mock this thing up on here. And the supports that are up here are going to go in between these brackets, not on the outside, but it's going to go right in between. Slide right in there. Alright, be careful where this sits down at the bottom right here. You use a leg to hold it into place, or another person, and go ahead and use your provided hardware right through here. Once you've got all four of those in there, go ahead and put your lock nuts on the end of them. Alright, once you've got that properly secured, let's go ahead and take care of the bottom bracket. Let's go ahead and remove this bottom bracket. We'll go ahead and attach the Velcro so that it creates a nice buffer in between the paint and the bottom edge here. And we'll go ahead and reattach this bracket, and this thing will be done. Alright, go ahead and try to get this thing so that it is squared, centered. You can feel a little resistance from the upper bracket right there. That's just going to get it twisted right into place. So you want to go ahead and square this right in between your aluminum strip here. Line that right up, press it right up against there. It's perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and take our bracket with our screws, reattach it here. It's going to seat right up behind this guy. You need to dial those set screws all the way out. Go ahead and dial those all the way out. It's a nice seat on that bottom edge. bring that set screw all the way in, as far as it'll go, until it gets a nice little bite on there. Biting onto that aluminum strip, and then I'll put my lock nuts right back on there. These lock nuts are 9mm, so go ahead and use your 9mm. Go ahead and tighten those all the way down. Oh, yeah. And there it is. It's mounted up. This thing is on there, secure too. Go ahead and give it a little test. Oh yeah. Nice and secure. Not going anywhere. In order to achieve proper clearance here on the top, I had to go ahead and rotate this last crossbar of my Sherpa rack down. Alright, so it was swiveled out into this position. I went ahead and just rotated it down. You could probably go ahead and tap another hole and go ahead and screw another one in there if you wanted to. I went ahead and just screwed it into place, and it's really secure. So if it's all the way in the out position, this will go ahead and touch it just a little bit on the back. So this is a way that I circumvented that issue. You guys, if you have a roof rack like this, you'll probably have to do the same thing. I designed the width of this thing to be the maximum tolerance that you could have if you have at least the Nwinworks swing out bumper, the half swing out. So with the half swing out and a full size spare, a 265 75 R16, just barely meets up right to the very edge of this tire. I actually have 285s on mine, so I need to go ahead and step up my spare on the back of my truck. The way to circumvent the fact that this is going to touch is wheel spacer. Put a wheel spacer on here, it'll bump it out, and it'll get it past the ladder, which I've got extra wheel spacers. I'm going to be going ahead and doing that on mine as well. So something to keep in mind. It's been a long time getting this thing ready to go. I'm really glad that I was finally able to deliver this product to you guys, so let me know what you think. I'm excited to see them on your vehicles and get your feedback.